Starting off part 3, we look here where we left off on the other side of the Lakeland connection. The signal name? South Lakeland. Here's an old passenger station built by the Atlantic Coastline Railroad that had stood until the beginning of 2021. The old searchlight signals still stood in 2018 and replaced May of that year. This specific set now resides at the Florida Railroad Museum. We'll be finishing the route on the Lakeland subdivision and the Tampa Terminal subdivision into downtown Tampa. A short hop, skip, and a jump south is the Winston Y. This is the Y lead to the Winston Yard, which is the gateway to the Bone Valley. All of your phosphate trains enter the valley here via the north leg or the south leg. Q603 and Q604 also originate in Winston to Waycross. Winston also handles molten sulfur trains, potash trains, and unit trains of pipe, all for the Bone Valley. In the midst of the Q trains and all the unit trains going in and out of the yard, you also have locals that work throughout the day going in and out of Winston Yard to various places on the A-line. A few more miles west and on the east side of Plant City is the Plant City Holdout. This absolute signal has no switches. Back in the day, it had a switch to a small side track, and I think there was a crossover that led into the Plant City connection. Now, with no turnout, it's just a holdout signal. Another blip on the map over from there now is Plant City and the Plant City Interlocking. This is where the Atlantic Coastline and Seaboard Airline, now the CSX A and S lines, crossed on their way to Tampa. There's a museum and a railfan platform here as well, and a virtual railfan camera here. Sadly, traffic has really dropped here compared to past years, but even still, it's not uncommon to see railfans gathered here to watch their favorite Amtrak go by, or anything else they can get for that matter.
Engine 8135, north.
Between Plant City and Tampa, there isn't much. We're here at Dover, where back in the coastline days there used to be a siding, but like Lake Alfred, it is no more. On the Tampa Division, there are sidings about every 10 miles between Jacksonville and Tampa. Getting into Tampa now, we come to the Navy Y. This is where Amtrak turns their train to back into TUS. A few locals use this line as well. The line from Navy was once the ACL main through Thinota Sassa and connected to the ACL at Vitus Junction. At the end of this line now lies the Conrad Yelvington Distributors. Here we see Amtrak 91 starting its move, where they will then shove a few miles back to the station at Tampa.
Stop line, we have cleared. Easy 91 out. Cars 91. That'll do anytime 91. Alright, so. Let them know when you're ready, yo. 9059 today's date, ARF 865.4, PO 9120, AMT 7, C Cook has line 1A operating main track, south direction from the AST and main to Mount Book A 881.7 main, OK and effective 1218 GJA, over. RPO 91, conductors on the point, clear off track. Have a slow clear, diesel back, one guard activate. DFX, dispatch, Jackson, over. 5. Mr. Vanetta, over.
Now at the milepost A880.4 is TN Interlocking. This once held the last interlocking tower in Florida, but alas, after the last year, it's gone. This is where the A line crosses the Old Tampa Northern and Old Seaboard. The line it crosses goes to Clearwater as the aptly named Clearwater Sub. Here we see CSX Local Y295, the Tampa Street Runner, running west to work the Old Tampa Yard. GP 40-2 6011 with an older and one of my favorite style K5 LA horns, not the new ear-shattering ones that they have nowadays on most EMDs. The last absolute signal on the A line is here at the 14th Street interlocking. This is an automatic absolute that governs the streetcar crossing. Automatic meaning this is not dispatcher controlled. It's on a first come first served basis. Other signals like this include Iris, DeBerry, and Crawford.
Still clear. 20. Knock it down, that clear, 6 left. 15, first switch.
Now we're in downtown Tampa, still on the A line on the Port Tampa Spur. This part of the tracks has been downgraded from main line to spur track, 10 mile an hour speed. We're waiting again on Y295 to make its way to the port, and this part here runs right down the middle of Polk Street. This is the much sought after Tampa Street Runner. At least one day that I can figure out this train usually runs is Sundays, right around the 6 o'clock time frame. If you're ever out looking for this train, you'll listen for a Y295 ID, and you'll listen for the JF dispatcher give him an EC1 from the TN Tower to the milepost A881.7. If you hear that, he'll either be going to the Old Tampa Yard or past the station through downtown Tampa to the port. And with that, the A line ends at the port. And so does the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of the last part of Florida's A line. I'm going to try to see if maybe I can do one of the S line, although there's not as much that goes into the S line as there is the A line in Florida. If you guys like this video, please drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe for more. And check out the playlist Florida's A line for the other two parts. Thanks for watching, guys.